Now we'll learn about the Zigzag method. Zigzag method is nothing but a type of cooperative learning. Zigzag method is a cooperative learning technique. Okay, so students are divided into small groups. Suppose this is my classroom. Okay, I am dividing the students into small groups. Okay, this is the classroom. Dividing the students into the small group. So students are divided into small groups, and then variety of means zigzag can be used in a variety of ways. How the zigzag is used? Zigzag can be used for array means for some goals, for variety of goals. It is actually used for the new material. Students is going to learn a new material, or it is used for review or some informed debate. Also, we can use the zigzag method, right? Okay, in this zigzag method, what is happening, we'll see. So in this zigzag method, each and every group will be, suppose it consists of 4 members. So you're having the content. Content is divided into each 4 members are there, suppose. Okay, in each group there are 4 members. Content is divided into 4. What you are going to teach, that content is divided into 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 is given to, suppose 4 members are there in group 1. Okay, suppose this is my group G1. So content 1 is given to one student A. Content 1 is given to A, and B student is getting content 2, C student is getting 3, and D is getting content 4. Okay, so totally the content is divided into 4 parts, and there are 4 members in the group. Okay, and then this is G1, one more group G2 is there. G2 also 4 students are there. Okay, and this student is given content 1, content 2, content 3, content 4. Okay, let it be E, F, G, H, right? One more group is there. Group 3, like this it goes on, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 members are there in the group. I, J, K, L. Okay, and first content is given to him, this student, second is given, third is given, fourth is given. So what teacher will do is expert group. Okay, expert group, content 1 is given to A, so A comes here, right? Content 1. There will be a discussion on content 1. First of all, time is given to the students. Okay, time is given to the students to study their respective content. Okay, each and every group, they will study their respective content. After say 2 days, they are prepared with the content, and the expert group is formed. The expert group consists of A from G1 and I can say E from G1, G2, and then I, okay, from G3. They are called as content 1 experts. They are known as content 1 experts, okay. These content 1 experts, they meet, okay, and they discuss about the content. They discuss about the respective, means what is content assigned to them. For them, content 1 is assigned. So assigned content they discuss, and they try to understand in-depth knowledge of that content, and then they go back to their group. After discussion, after a long discussion, after study, they go back to their group. Okay, they go back to the respective group. Okay, they go back to the respective group. Now they are experts in content 1. So in the G1, A is expert in content 1. Okay, same way in the G1, B is expert in content 2. Same way, B, F, J, they meet and they discuss, and they have in-depth knowledge of content 2, and they go back to their group. And here G1, B is expert in content 2, C is expert in content 3, and D is expert in content 4. So G1 consists of their experts, respective experts in content 1, content 2, content 3, and content 4. Okay, that is how the ultimate group G1 is formed. Same way G2, G3, G4 is formed. Okay, so this method, each group member is assigned to become an expert on some aspect of a unit. Okay, after reading about their area of expertise, the experts from different groups meet. The first time is given to them for self-study, they study, and then afterwards what they do is, these experts, they meet, okay, and discuss about their topics, and then return back to that group and take turns teaching that topic to their group. So after they going back to the group, A will teach to B, C, and D. What A will do? A teach, okay, expert teach in the group. What the expert do? They teach in their respective group. A teach the content 1, and B will teach content 2, C will teach content 3, and D will teach content 4. So by this way they learn, and then return back to their group, take turns, teach their topics in the group. So ultimately they teach their topic in the group, right? So efficient way, what I can say that this is efficient way of learning. This is efficient way to learn the content. Development of development of listening, engagement, and empathy skills, because they have they understand that if you don't understand, if that particular means somebody don't understand, also they have the empathy. They slowly explain a way for students to work independently. Okay, they work, interaction among all students. In this way, they interact among all the students, right? This is how the students are learning. So educational goal, classroom application of Jigsaw puzzle method. Okay, educational goal. What is the educational goal? Educational goal is students will be able to solve 2 problems that would require them to find mean, median, mode, range of that is a range of from the given data. Okay, suppose you are having one example. In this example, students will be able to solve problems that would require them to find. Okay, now the question here is, now actual example is there. Student able to solve means students are going to solve the problem. Okay, that problem requires, a problem is given to the students. Teacher is giving some problem to the students. Okay, that require what? Mean, median, mode, and range. Okay, from the given data. What they do is to solve the problem that would require to find mean, median, mode, and range from the given data. This is my learning objective. Learning objective is to solve the problem that require mean, median, mode, and range for the given data. So divide the students into 5 to 6 persons zigzag groups. Okay, now you divide the students. The students consist of 5 to 6 members, right? What are the topic? 1 is mean, 2 median, 3 mode, 4 range. So each and every group consists of 4 members. You can have 5 also, it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this, you divide the group G1, G2, G3 and G4. So students are divided into 5 to 6 persons groups. The groups should be diverse in terms of gender, ethnicity, race and ability. So different types of members are there. It's heterogeneous group, I can say. Appoint 1 student of each group as leader. Okay, initially this person should be the most mature student. So you in group 1 somebody A is the leader, right? Group 2 B is the leader, group C is the leader, and group G4 D is the leader. So appoint 1 person as leader, okay, and this person should be the mature person who can handle the group. Okay, divide the lesson into 4 segments. What is the lesson here? First you have to understand about the mean, okay, second is median, and third is mode, and then range. Okay, so divide the content into 4 parts, or divide into mean, median, mode and range. Okay, so after dividing it, then assign each student to learn the segment. Make sure the students have direct access to only their own segments. So in this group, A will learn about mean, B is somebody X is learning about the median, A is learning about the mean, median, somebody is learning about the mode, and somebody is learning about the range. Same way every group, they learn the respective topic. Give students time to read. Give them some time, they will read, and at least twice. Okay, give them time to read over their segment at least twice and become familiar with this. There is no need for them to memorize. They simply read and try to understand. Then expert group is formed. Okay, the respective. So A is given the topic of mean, so here also somebody B is given the topic of mean, C is given the topic of mean, D is given the topic of mean. These experts will meet, right? Experts, they will meet. Okay, A, B, C and D. Their topic is what? Their topic is mean, and they discuss and they learn more about mean. Okay, they rehearse, and the presentations after rehearsing, so to discuss the main points and their segments, and to rehearse the presentation, they will make their zigzag group. Okay, they will be rehearsing their presentation also. Okay, bring students back to their original group, and these experts teach their group. This is how the zigzag method works.